All right, welcome back to the Dystopia. Today I would like to talk about the top 10 YouTube assholes that need to be cut down to size. These people need to be stopped. They are rampant, they are out of control, they are overrated, and I'm launching a war at them. Top of my list is Isaac Butterfield. This guy is a meathead. He's hateful, he's hurtful, and he has no love in his life. Now, of course, he's got all his women and his thousands of dollars and millions of fans and all of his sold out shows and all his amazing things and all this love and admiration, but there's no love in his heart. There's no love in his experience as someone who can open to a different perspective, as someone who can open to, well, actually, maybe people might be different to you. What is the problem with this? What is the problem with just allowing people to believe and think and feel what they want? Now, of course, he goes after the easy targets, right? Of course, we find the vegans annoying. Of course, we find the bike riders annoying. Are you really going to try and make a hobby horse out of that? Are you really going to try and make a career out of that? My challenge for Isaac Butterfield is for him to say just one thing that is not confrontational, that is not aggressive, that is not in opposition to everyone else. His whole stick, his whole approach is opposition and aggressiveness. It's nothing but toxic masculinity. And if he had experienced love, if he had ever known love, if he really had love in his heart, he would not talk the way that he does. Now, the next person on my list, Friendly Jordies. What a absolute irony that his name is Friendly Jordies, because he is not friendly. He is not helpful. He is not understanding. He's a smart aleck. And really, his whole approach and his whole tone comes down to being pesky. Now, he's played the victim and he's played the card of, look what all these politicians and the authorities have done to me. And through playing this game, he's actually become outrageously successful. How can he have 5 million followers on YouTube? How can he have millions of dollars in his bank account? And right, he bought that house. You know what happened? He had the authorities come after him, and then he had the fundraiser, and then he went and bought a multi-million-dollar house in Bondi. And then someone came and burnt up the house, and he got even more money. He's playing the victim. Now, of course, all the people that he goes after are people that should be gone after, yeah? The politicians need to be cut down. Of course, the politicians need to be made to look ridiculous. He's someone who actually has to... Like, if he wants that job, why can't he do it with class? Why can't he do it with style? Now, here's another person who's in this category. Vosh. You've seen this guy, Vosh? Here's the thing you need to understand about Vosh. He does not care about his followers. He does not care about the people that support him. Yes, when someone gives him money, then he says, thank you, I love you, and that's a big help and all that. In that instance, but actually on the deeper level, he does not care about his followers. He does not respect their opinion. When someone makes a comment in his chat and says something that is a misunderstanding or has a different thing, a different perspective or a different idea, or, you know, what about this, or have you thought about this? He so often cuts them down. He would say, shut up, get back in your place. And it's so rude. It's so rude. And he doesn't realize that he is there because of the people that are watching along, the people that follow him on his streams. And to even put this further, he becomes smug about his success and his choices in life when it's the people that are following along with him that are giving him that success. This is so out of touch. This is so horrible. Now, of course, his hobby horse is the doomsday thing. And someone needs to do that job. Yes, it's a legitimate job, People need to point out how terrible the world is and how crashed out things are. But it can't be your only thing. You have to offer solutions. It is not enough to just say this world is going to hell. You have to also say, what can we do about it? And that's the difference between me and Vosh, because I have online courses. I have things you can learn. I have lessons. I have step-by-step processes. I have the Doster method. I have time travel techniques, meditation techniques, therapy techniques. If you want to do the work, then we sit down and we start the work, yes? Realizing that the world is going to hell is only the first step out of 1,000,000 miles. Now, here's another person who's in this business, Kyle Kulinski. This guy is just like non-stop rampaging about Donald Trump and all his hell, right? And here's the thing you don't realize. Kyle Kulinski and his channel is making so much money off Donald Trump and the negativity towards him. Kulinski is profiting off going after. What are you going to do when Donald Trump dies? What are you going to do at the end of Trumpism? What are you going to do when you're looking back on your life and you're seeing that, wow, great, I live in this big mansion with all these followers and all this influence, all because some guy was rotten and I did nothing about it. The other thing about Kulinski is you see him in these beautiful environments where it's a sunny day and he's got his sunglasses on and there's nature all around. And it's like, bro, how can you be so negative in such a beautiful place? What, as if you wouldn't just sit and relax and enjoy the day, and yet he's running his mouth. Now, at least he acknowledges that he's a YouTube asshole, right? At least he's got a little bit of some self-awareness. Now, here's another person, Joe Rogan. All Joe Rogan clips and videos, you should boycott. Never listen to Joe Rogan ever again. For his support of Donald Trump, he is unforgivable. He has been given way too much attention. How Joe Rogan used to be? Well, used to be like a real podcast. It used to be the early days, the golden era of podcasting, which is where you'd put it on and he'd bring someone interesting along and he'd ask them questions and you'd find out about this interesting person. Yes? It's just like this saying that I want to coin this phrase. Don't promote products, promote people. In the early days, you could find out about interesting people on the Joe Rogan podcast. Now he's selling an ideology. Now he's supporting all this twisted political stuff, and he's selling you mattresses and life insurance and dodgy supplements. Now, here's another person that can be cut down to size. Jordan Peterson. He's old news now, but you need to understand that his earlier stuff actually was very useful. And centrally, his thesis is one of positivity. His thesis is, his whole stick is one of self-improvement. So he's at least got that going for him. The problem is his later work became so much entwined in this thing of drama and political problems and victimization and things going wrong. And of course, he's playing the massive victim now with his health problems. And we wish him all the best. We want him to, come out of his health problems and live a happy, healthy life. But he's really lost his way in how he can actually help people. And it's a shame because he's lost something that was so good. Now, here's another one who needs to be cut down to size. The Critical Drinker. This guy is a movie critic, and somehow he always misses the point of the movie. Yes, he's looking only at movies through the lens of entertainment, of fixing up your brain, of getting a quick splack to your ego. And it's got no psychological analysis, no deeper awareness of what human structures of consciousness have, no sense of how values are expressed through characters and the character arc. There's just this huge spectrum of human consciousness that he does not even touch. There's so much missing. And yet, because he's got his tone of voice, because he's forceful, and because he's lovable, all these guys, by the way, are very lovable, yeah? Friendly Geordies, very entertaining. Vosh, very lovable. Kyle Kulinski, yeah, he's cool, right? He's a cool guy. These people are lovable, and yet they're missing something, and they're terribly overrated, and I'm going after them. Now, another person I wanted to talk about was Leo Gura, but I'm running out of time now, so I think I might do a whole episode just on him. I'm going to do a full comprehensive list on Leo Gura, and I'm going to full analysis of his work. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and send this to the people that I've mentioned. I want to hear if they have any response to this.